Hey, I'm Jenny. I'm the dietitian at 50th and O, and Sam invited me to give you guys a wellness talk today. So I often get questions about meal prep, so that's what I'm going to talk about today. And I've been a Union Bank customer since I was 13, so I'm older than I look, and I love you guys give the best customer service, and I especially love the people in Wahoo. So I live up in the Wahoo area, so. And I love my store at 50th and O. If it had a Union Bank, it would be absolutely perfect, and a Starbucks. But so I've been at the Fremont Hy-Vee for 10 years, and then in September I switched down to Lincoln. So it was a really good decision. I used to live in Lincoln and work in Lincoln, so it's good seeing familiar faces every day. But meal prep is something that I believe in, and the motto that I use with meal prep is that if you fail to plan, you're going to plan to fail. Because we've all had those times where we didn't have a meal plan, we didn't know what was for dinner, so we ended up making a Kraft macaroni box, which is fine, or going through the drive-thru, which is also fine, but just encouraging you to have a meal plan and prep for some meals. So we're going to start off, what's this weekend? You guys know? The Kentucky Derby, okay? So meal prep can feel like this, okay? Or it's a race to the finish, it's 5 o'clock, what are we gonna eat? The kids are asking what's for dinner. You have a bunch of extracurricular activities. My kids are right at the age now where we're running, multiple times a night places. So, can meal prep be faster than a Kentucky Derby? How long does the Kentucky Derby last? Do you guys know?
2 minutes.
2 minutes, okay. So I left my phone in the car. So would one of you ladies, could you guys set your phone to like the stopwatch setting? And then I need 2 volunteers. Okay, and we're gonna play a game, and you get a keep as a prize. Yep. Come on up. It is food because I'm a dietitian and I have to go to presentations with food, right? Okay. So when our timekeeper says go, you guys are gonna, let me just tell the people on the phone. So people on the phone, we're just gonna play a little meal prep game, and I have 2 covered trays up on the table, and when I say go, they're gonna uncover the table, or the tablecloth that I have, and see if you can meal prep the ingredients on your tray in less than 2 minutes, okay? So,
she's getting ready.
Okay, so when Hope says go, she's the timekeeper. I'm going to turn it over to Hope. And we have some raw chicken, so there's gloves there if you guys want to wear gloves.
That's where I took my ring off. I peeked. Yeah, it took me 2 minutes to get my phone. Go.
Okay, so on my tray, they're prepping some chicken into a gallon Ziploc bag with marinade. What time are we at?
37 seconds.
37 seconds. Okay. This is the most challenging part, getting the bottle open, maybe.
Oh, Jeffrey.
I think I'm good.
Yay, what's the time?
58 seconds.
So in under a minute, these guys prepped chicken for the week in less than it took to run a Kentucky Derby race. So good job, guys. And you guys get to keep that. I assume there's a fridge somewhere in this building or at your location.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take my chicken.
No.
Give me.
Can we do this up here?
Yeah, you can leave it up here for that. Yep. Okay, so in the bag, 1 package of chicken had tenders in it and 1 had the breast. And just a quick tip, the tenders will cook faster, okay, in about half the amount of time. Also, if they went home and stuck this in the freezer, then maybe on Sunday night they could pull it out, put it in the fridge. By Wednesday, it's thawed. While it's thawing, it's been marinating, okay? Throw it on the grill. Awesome, right? Okay, so just the importance of maybe why easy meal prep. In under a minute, they had chicken and marinade, so maybe it's just your secret weapon for in the busy week so you're not running to one of these places, okay? And not that we can't eat healthy at these places or not that you shouldn't, but It's research has shown that if we can eat at home, we save on calories, fat, sodium, cholesterol, okay? No matter if you think it's the most unhealthy dinner you're preparing at home, you're going to save on those things.
Just curious, what was in the box?
Oh, yeah.
Salad dressing or?
Yep, it's just salad dressing as marinade. One's a Greek flavor, and one is a white balsamic honey. Yep. And I chose these. They didn't have quite so many preservatives or added sugar, so.
Are they Hy-Vee brand?
Yep. It's our Select brand.
What was that first one that you put in your hand?
Oh, it's an Old World Greek, and I can pass these bottles around. Okay, so they meal prep. So they meal prep these chickens. Okay, so you're gonna pull it out on Sunday night, put it in your fridge to thaw, and then you could grab some shortcuts. A lot of supermarkets now have these pre-cut veggies that are great. I made an Instapot recipe, so to prep this recipe, I grabbed some of our shortcuts. Squash. Okay, they also make frozen cube squash. Okay, an awesome tip is if you don't know, they make frozen chopped onions too, or shortcut onions. So. Okay, and then you take your chicken, the tenders, because they cook the fastest. You're going to put them on a sheet pan. Add your shortcut veggies. Maybe drizzle with some olive oil, salt, pepper, other flavoring. Put it in the oven. While that's cooking, you cook your whole grain. Okay? Brown basmati rice, quinoa, whatever. Okay? In about 20 minutes, you have a meal that meets most of the food groups, right? So kind of finding inspiration, where do you start meal prepping? Creating your plan is always the first. So where do you find the inspiration? Magazines, the news racks. I love passing our news racks the food. Magazines always jump out to me. Blogs. These are 3 of my favorite blogs. Clean Food Crush. She doesn't really count calories or has a specific diet type, but her philosophy is more eat colors, count colors, not calories. So her dishes are full of color. She does a lot of these bento box style recipes too. Pinch of Yum. Again, I just like her. She uses a lot of color in her dishes. Skinny Taste, I like her because she has a lot of recipes and she tells you what, like, quote-unquote diet category they're in. So are they paleo, whole 30, keto, Weight Watchers, so she eating for diabetes. So, and she's really good about putting nutritionals on all her recipes too. The farmers markets are coming up. So, visit a farmer's market for inspiration. And the picture with the rainbow is where I find my inspiration is like color. When I'm meal planning, when I'm prepping the meal, what can I add to add more color to the dish? Oh, and then because we're doing a pressure cooker recipe, this is an Instapot app. Okay, that is. I think it's a little bit more beneficial than how many of you guys have an Instapot or pressure cooker? Okay, I think the app is a little bit more user-friendly than the Facebook community. Okay, so, and the app gives star ratings on the recipes too, which is really nice. Okay, so you plan a menu, okay, make a list. You can use the ads, that's what I do. Make a shopping list. I'd also encourage you to also see what's in your fridge, freezer, pantry, see what you can incorporate, right? So I added these blue boxes because Sam had asked you guys some questions, and I want to make sure that I answer those questions. So somebody asked, tips on getting picky eaters like my husband and kids to eat healthy. So if you have young kids or old kids, get them involved in the kitchen. Get them involved in meal planning. Hey, what do you want on the menu tonight or this week? What should we have? Do you guys know the My Plate method, like the My Plate, the new food guide pyramid? Use that as your base for meal planning and see if you can challenge your kids to think of something that fits in each of the food groups for the meal. If it's getting toward the end of the week and you have a lot of leftovers, do a chopped family competition. Okay, get everyone in the kitchen, invite them on Teams. You have 20 minutes to create a recipe. Anything's fair game in the fridge or pantry. Okay. Growing a garden. There's so much awesome research that if kids grow a garden, they're more likely to eat vegetables. You don't have to go out and do a half-acre garden like we do, like my crazy husband does. Just get a couple 5-gallon pots and plant a tomato plant in there, okay? Or some herbs. I love herbs, planting herbs with kids because they're so aromatic. It gets them really excited. Take the kids to a farmer's market, okay? So they appreciate, where food comes from. Okay, so you got your list made. I threw this slide in because 40% of food in the United States goes wasted, and that equals about $2,500 a year. So again, just, using what's in your fridge, freezer, pantry first. Somebody asked if we get groceries once a week, so how do we eat fresh fruits and vegetables all week? So I would say, you might have to front load your meal plan, so eat more of the perishable things up front first. I know Hy-Vee has been running really good specials like on 99-cent raspberry pints, blackberry pints. So I load up on those, and that's what we eat like the Monday, Tuesday. And then later in the week, we kind of seem to eat more fruit in the first half of the week and then vegetables in the later halves because they keep longer. Carrots, turnips, squash, And there's nothing wrong with, frozen fruits and vegetables work too, canned frozen fruits and vegetables. It doesn't have to be fresh. Okay, and then you're going to go shopping. And we seem to be out, that's okay, my Instapot is steaming and it's supposed to do that, okay? We seem to be outsourcing shopping. So Hy-Vee now, well, for a while, Aisles Online, really slick. I use it. I don't know if I'm supposed to use it at my store because I'm an employee that works there, so I pick up my groceries at a different Hy-Vee store. That's my secret. No, Mary Bell works there. Okay. I'm just teasing. Shipt is another one. So both Aisles Online now, you have to have you pay a membership now to have it delivered. It's free still if you pick it up at the store. Shipt is another one. Target owns them. It's a $99 fee, but they'll shop a lot of different places, not just Hy-Vee. We see Shipt people shopping in Hy-Vee. Some of those people are really good. They can shop 3 orders at once. But then they're always asking the employees, hey, where's this and this and this? So we might as well be doing the shopping, right? Excuse me. Okay, and then you're going to pick a day to meal prep. These are some photos of, usually for me it's Sunday. Sorry. Okay, so Sunday is my meal prep. I usually shop on Friday or Saturday, and then I prep on Sunday. Because when Monday comes, we hit the go button and we don't look back. We live up in Wahoo, so if there's any Wahoo Union Bank people, hello. And I have 4 kids. We live on an acreage, so we're pretty busy. So just to talk about some of the pictures, I always prep like a fresh veggie tray or fresh fruit tray at the beginning of the week, and then I pull that out, okay? Easy side dish. I don't have to think about it. So to answer the perishable question, that's usually gone by Wednesday, okay? I'm always using my crock pot or pressure cooker on the weekends. Do you guys have, for those of you that have a pressure cooker, I always get nervous that I didn't close the valve, but I did.
Yeah.
We have mason jar salads that I prep on the weekend. And I love those. I mean, every time I open up my fridge, I get so excited to see that in there because you can do awesome things with, colorful vegetables. There's my marinated chicken breast in the gallon bag. And then I think I was doing a salsa verde pork loin. Oh, and I had made salmon cakes too. The bowl with the arrow. So one night we do a lot of Mexican bowls, mashed potato bowls, just because I can put the ingredients on the table and the kids can pick and choose what goes in. So I don't have to, I just let them have control. So then there's leftovers that I could put them into our little bento boxes for meals for lunch the next day for my husband and I. Usually for Sunday dinner, we roast some vegetables, so that's what that colorful tray of vegetables is. And then the next day, I like cold roasted vegetables. I'll add some feta cheese to it, or I'll puree it and add it to spaghetti sauce, marinara sauce for later in the week, or we'll add the roasted vegetables to some eggs and make an egg frittata, okay? So again, remember, we're not wasting our food. We're trying to... So some people use these boxed meal services. I don't know if any of you guys do. For my family of 6, it's not cost effective, okay? But they're great. They maybe open your eyes to new things you've never tasted before. It's an easy way to meal plan. So there's like Blue Apron, HelloFresh, Home Chef. Does anybody use them? There's also meal planning services out there. E-meals is one, for example, and they'll send you a weekly meal plan. Does anybody use anything like that? And you can tell them I'm following, a diabetic diet or a paleo diet. So, or just get with a couple friends and my sister-in-law and I get together and we exchange meals. Okay, she'll make a little extra for me one week, and then the next week I make a little extra for her. So. Oh, on the back, so this is Hy-Vee's version of Home Fresh or Blue Apron. This is our Simple Fix program. So my location in the North 84th, we have a club room. So ours is more like an in-person workshop. Down here at Williamsburg, you just order it to go. So she preps it for you, you just pick it up. Okay? But you don't really have control of what goes into it, so that's the only drawback. And her portions are more for like 4, and mine are more for 4 to 6. So
Like you got the menu here, and so you want the steak mason jar, you can go in and get it for $20 and she'd make it for you and you can pick it up.
Well, we each have, so this is my class coming up in May.
Oh.
She does a different recipes.
Okay.
Yep. But you can get mine to go too. But. So these are some of my meal prep tools that I use. Of course, my pressure cooker. I don't know why it's keep going. There's a lot of liquid in there, and if you guys, the more liquid that's in a pressure cooker, the longer it takes to come up to pressure. We'll see what happens. Once it gets going, once it's up to pressure, it only takes 10 minutes to cook, so. So then these are my bento boxes that I use at home, the ones with the colorful lid. These work great too, and see them, these are microwavable, right? And they're probably freezer safe. Mason jars, you can just go down the regular canning aisle at a store and grab some quart size and pint size canning jars. I get the plastic lids off Amazon though, because the metal ones can corrode, get rusty. So rimmed baking sheets. We do a lot of sheet pan meal dinners. So, and then the one up in the corner is just the container I use for my veggie tray and fruit tray. It has divided compartments with a lid. So, I just find that with my pressure cooker, I have to put it on my meal plan or it just stays in the cupboard. Okay? So it can be one of those kitchen appliances that you never ever use, you know. If you really love your Instapot, Target has a little utility cart. It's becoming known as the Instapot cart. It's a round cart that sits about up to here. On the first shelf, you can put your pressure cooker, and then on the other two shelves, you can put like your recipe books or the accessories for the pressure cooker. So it's about $40. I don't have one just because I have a 3-year-old about that height, and I can just see him being top heavy on him. And my kids are fascinated by the steam that comes out of here, so I have to like clear them out of the kitchen when I release the valve. So mason jar salads, we do a ton of mason jar salads, and you definitely want to layer it correctly so things don't go bad quite so fast. If you just Google mason jar salads, they're kind of trendy, so you'll find thousands of recipes. You can put your dressing on the bottom. Sometimes I have these little 2-ounce containers that I'll put on the top. So then just the way you layer it, you can keep that salad unmixed in your fridge for about 4 or 5 days. Okay? Oh, somebody had asked on the previous slide about the best app to track calories and carbs. I just use MyFitnessPal a lot because they have a feature where my clients can share their journal with me. So that's the one that I'm most familiar with. And I think it has a large database of food where you can just scan the barcode of things and it'll automatically fill that in. Or somebody was telling me there's a new feature on there that if you just type the recipe website, it'll create the recipe with all the nutritional information too. So. And then somebody asked, how should food change, nutrition change as you age? You know what, it pretty much stays the same. The only thing I really get concerned about is just making sure you're eating enough protein. Because as you age, especially after the age of 30, you start to lose lean body mass. A good rule of thumb is having 20 to 30 grams of protein at each meal. Breakfast is probably the hardest meal to make that happen. So, you know, eggs are good for breakfast, Greek yogurt. You can think outside the box. Breakfast food doesn't have to mean breakfast food. It could be a dinner food too. You know, some chicken sausage with sweet potato. And just start small. So I definitely don't want you guys leaving this feeling overwhelmed, that meal prep is too much work. You know, if you're not used to it, I don't think you should go out and like go hog wild tomorrow because you might get discouraged. So just start small. You know, maybe it just means boiling a dozen eggs, okay? You pull those out, you eat them as a snack for breakfast. Making a meal plan, that's a great place to start. Maybe you've never done a meal plan before. Make a couple mason jar salads for the week ahead. Use your new bento box, okay? Marinate the chicken in a Ziploc bag like we did in our little race that we had. Cut up vegetables to roast. You know, my picture that I had with the rainbow veggies on it. Making veggie packs, you know, just get a little Ziploc bag, add some celery sticks, carrot sticks, red pepper sticks, throw them in the bag. So then if you are hungry, you need a snack on the go, you just take it out. Make the fruit tray in my little container, or cook some rice ahead, okay? Somebody was asking, there's something going around on Facebook that says don't leave leftover rice. Have you guys seen that? Okay. I don't know. Somebody asked me about it, and then like Facebook must have been trolling me because that night it popped up on my newsfeed and I was like super weirded out about that. But they didn't give any scientific data, and it was from Britain. So I would just take it with a little grain of salt. So. Oh, healthy snacks throughout the day if you are feeling hungry in between meals. Somebody wanted to know about that. I think you should always try to pair a carb with a protein, okay? And a healthy carb, something with whole grains or a fruit or a vegetable. When you pair that carb with a protein, your blood sugar won't spike and then come crashing down. It'll stay nice and even. So hopefully it'll keep you feeling satisfied for longer, okay? And then something I do as a dietitian at the store is I'll walk people around and give you a free nutrition tour. So if this is all new to you, come see me or one of the other girls in town, and we'll just walk you aisle by aisle. We'll give you new ideas of what you can meal prep, or, you know, we always get out of that rut, you know. So if you want to get out of that rut, come to us. We'll give you some new ideas. So I think that's all that I have. Is there any questions? So this recipe that I made for you guys is vegetarian, but it's really easy to add leftover rotisserie chicken to, or grilled chicken. Some of the ingredients I used in it, I used this tomato marinara sauce. It only has 15 milligrams of sodium, which is really hard to find a marinara sauce that's low sodium. I can pass this around. Something that I've started doing in my cooking at home that's made a world of difference is I've been investing, it's an investment, in the spices that cost more than the store brand. And I was noticing this about a year ago because I went to get bay leaves, and I always get the Hy-Vee brand, but they were brown. And I was like, okay. So I looked at this Spice Island brand, and they were green. And you can totally smell the difference, okay? These smell, the store brand did not, okay? So I'll pass this around. Another fun sheet is this Gourmet Gardens. They have herbs in a bottle, okay? So about one good squirt of this is a tablespoon, all right? They have cilantro, basil, garlic, lemongrass. It's great.
How do you feel about the steamable rices, like the steam fresh?
The steamable rice, yeah, they're great. And they have brown rice. What?
Microwavable?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you don't like to microwave the frozen vegetables or rice in the plastic bag, just empty it out into a bowl. But
No, I was using some of that for a while, and it actually goes out of date fast. Do you really feel like you have to abide by the dates on it?
no, I mean, again, because I kind of was talking about food waste, I kind of am a little bit liberal on the expiration dates. But I keep these in my freezer. And then when I'm cooking, I just pull them out and set them on the counter a little bit, just to defrost enough to squeeze them out.
And then just refuse it?
Yep.
What part of the store is that?
They're in the produce. And I noticed at my Hy-Vee store, I'm just wondering, I've only been to my location since September, and I'm wondering if for my location, if it was more of a seasonal thing, they sell better in the summer, because I noticed he recently got them in, but they've been around for a long time, so.
Jen, can you talk about if New Value still exists?
Oh, so New Val used to be our program. Do you guys know New Val? We used to have, it was a hexagon shape on our shelf tags that had a value from 1 to 100. And that was a quick way for you to see how healthy an item was. And we eliminated it. We just got rid of the contract with that partnership.
Gotcha.
It was a professor from Syracuse University, I think, whose program it was.
Does anybody who's on our conference call have any questions? Nope. Does anybody else in our room have any questions?
And I have the soup that I can dish up to taste if you guys want. Maybe Sam?
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you guys don't have any additional questions, let's go ahead and thank Jen for her time with us today. Thank you for everybody on our conference call. We appreciate you too. And if anybody has any additional questions about Jen or her resources or anything like that, just go ahead and email #GiveYouWell and we'll get you in contact with her.